Hi there, my name's Ellie Summers. I am the Partnerships Director and co-founder of Aardvark Music. In 2006, I was working for the Starlight Foundation as a Captain Starlight at hospitals across Melbourne, and I was also recording and performing as a singer-songwriter. I realised pretty quickly that magic tricks and silly dancing didn't necessarily help me connect with the young adults coming into the room in the same way that the little kids liked it. It was then that I started using my music background to write songs with the young people. One 14-year-old girl, Tam, was a regular in the Starlight Room, and I'd helped her to write a song during her visits. And around the same time, I'd been given a recording grant from 30mm Studios. So as Tam went in for her transplant, on a whim, I told her when she comes out, we're going to record her song. Initially, it was a way of giving Tam something to look forward to, but it became so much more than that. After the recording session, everyone involved was hooked, seeing how Tam had communicated her story through the music, which in turn had inspired everyone. And suddenly the focus had shifted from her illness to her musical talents. Everyone who had worked on that project was passionate about doing it again. So this time we got a group of young people writing and recording one song together. A friend of mine, Bal Harper, who managed a local not-for-profit, came on board at this stage to help out with the project, as well as a few musician friends who volunteered their time. Australian bands Spiderbait and The Living End even visited the recording sessions, and the young people in this group came up with a name for that project. And it was an acronym spelling the word Aardvark. It stood for All About Really Determined, Very Amazing Rocking Kids. So Bal and I, at this stage, we'd identified a need for this kind of program for at-risk young people, something that was outcome-focused and sitting within the music industry. We'd observed the amazing friendships that were created and the community that was growing. So we realised, though, that to work with young people who presented mental and physical health challenges, it was crucial to have a music therapist on board to address those needs. So the Aardvark model was born when music therapist and Aardvark's now creative director, Megan Hunt, she joined our board, and together we developed the first Aardvark Sessions program. We would offer a co-facilitation model where the skills of both a music therapist and a professional musician would complement each other, and each would be aware of the other's way of working, and that would broaden their own skill set. So Aardvark was born as an incorporated organisation in 2007. We've been running the Aardvark sessions for over 10 years now, and our Aardvarkians, as we call them, number over 100. We've been able to widen our referral criteria to a broader spectrum of young people facing personal adversity between the ages of 14 and 24, and that's because of our supported model and the fact that involvement in the program is completely free. The aim of Aardvark is to reduce barriers while increasing access to music opportunities and providing pathways for leadership, work experience, and eventually employment for these young people. An important element of Aardvark is also the ongoing engagement with the Aardvark alumni after graduating from the Aardvark sessions, either as they can drop into our secondary program or come back as a mentor or a volunteer. Over the years, Aardvark has had some highly talented music therapists, including Kat McFerrin, who's head of music therapy at Melbourne University, Megan Hunt, Lucy Bolger, and Ellie Summers. Our musician facilitators have included Wally DeBacker, who we all know as Gautier, Monique Brumby and Stonefield, and those people are all now ambassadors for Aardvark. Aardvark's programs have been visited by many well-known artists, including Missy Higgins, David Bridie, Ben Abraham, Aneka Vandal, and a swag of really talented and generous musicians of every genre who come along to share their skills with the group. Our fabulous Aardvark alumni have created a new CD each year and performed at each other's CD launches and multiple other performance opportunities. Aardvark is also currently part of a research project being run through Melbourne University, and we really look forward to sharing the results of this research, which will further support the social impact Aardvark's work has on its community and in the broader context. We are excited to watch our community grow further, and we are humbled by all those in the Aardvark family who have demonstrated the value of community and creativity. At its core, Aardvark is guided by the mission creating music, community and opportunity. And in the words of one of our Aardvark alumni, Eva, Aardvark made me happy when I was the most unhappy I'd ever been. Not only did Aardvark encourage me to express myself, it allowed a space where judgment and self-criticism did not impede that expression.
Hey Ellie, I've been with Aardvark for 3 years now, and I think you must be coming up to like a year at least now. How are you feeling about it? How's it going?
It's been a brilliant year. It's been a really unique position for me, having worked for a few years as a registered music therapist, but usually in a clinical kind of health context, whereas this is not only is it a community health context, but it's also within a team, which is not necessarily, a health team. It's still a collaborative environment, but I'm co-facilitating alongside a musician and a performing artist, which I've never done before. So it's been a really unique experience to not be the only musician in the room, but to be facilitating alongside someone who that's their, real focus and that's their practice.
I think it's a unique experience for me as well in that regard, just from the other side. Yeah, because I'm used to working with other musicians like yourself, but with a different kind of outcome in mind, where we might be thinking about an audience and collaborating with, an audience in mind rather than a group of young people who have very kind of particular and special needs. So to have someone to work with who has their focus and the experience and knowledge to keep that focus, center, has been a great experience for me as a musician.
How would you say that we kind of work with those separate goals in mind? Do you feel like it's, really distinct, like that's what I'm focusing on, and then, what are you focusing on if that's my focus?
Yeah, I actually like to joke about us being like a good cop, bad cop team, like from the movies.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's. I mean, there's an element of that, but it goes much deeper than that. In a sense, in the bad cop role, it's my job to drive the young people towards our ultimate goal. I guess we have two goals, yes, but one of them is to produce a CD and for them to perform live. So along that journey, which is usually about 14 weeks, I'm the one who I think is just keeping an eye on the bigger picture of where we are musically in terms of arriving at having those songs ready. Yes. And along the way, I think you're guiding them towards that as well. I'm just sort of coming around from the sides.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm very aware of your goal in that, we do have to get into the studio by the end of the 14 weeks and record these songs and perform them live, and we do need to have this product, which for me as a music therapist, the goal is therapeutic, and it's not a musical goal. The music is what we use to achieve that goal. So the product isn't necessarily, the real focus. It is certainly part of music therapy a lot of the time, but that's why it's an interesting role for me, because I'm working alongside someone where that is your focus. But I think without someone who is really focused on keeping that stuff in check, we probably wouldn't be able to get to the end of a program and have it be a really successful experience for the young people, which is such an important part of Aardvark, is that it is a successful experience, is that, we do get to the studio at the end of the 14 weeks with 4 songs, and we produce something that is, a really excellent product. And although that's not, the excellence, the technical quality of the product isn't my focus, it's certainly a really important part of the experience and does actually tie into the therapeutic experience for the young people, I think.
Yes. I think I found it quite interesting over the years that I've been involved that even though I'm working towards that goal of the CD, when we get to the end, what I feel most proud of is what's happened to the young people and how they've changed and what they've learnt from you as a therapist and from us both as musicians. It isn't, when we get to the end, it isn't the CD that I'm most proud of. It's what's happened to them. That's the thing that gets me. Even though I'm working towards the CD as my goal, it's what happens to them at the end that it's most rewarding, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think an example that I'm just thinking of last year, we had both rounds that occur across the year. And both times I remember us kind of standing on the second story of the building, kind of watching all of the young people leave at the end of this, long experience, of which most of them began this experience as incredibly socially isolated young people. And I remember us kind of watching them all leaving those last sessions together, off to go and have dinner or go and catch the train together. And I remember us kind of watching them feeling so proud and honoured to have, been alongside them while that element of social isolation really shifted into a different place for all of them.
Yes. It's really wonderful as well to see them to come back to the monthly program that we offer as well, where they've developed such strong friendships over those 14 weeks that they then continue to work together and come back and see each other, once a month and kind of, develop those relationships. Yeah, it's lovely.
Look outside.
Hi, my name's Morgan and I was part of the Aardvark session last year, and it was such a great experience that I decided to move on to mentoring.
Hi, my name's Ellie, and we were in the last half of the year's sessions, and now we're doing the beginning of 2017 sessions, and they've been really good, and we're really excited to do more with these guys.
Aardvark for me is a place to come in, relax, and enjoy yourself in a really comforting way by hanging with others and playing music. And I've definitely come a long way with people who I started out with not knowing anything about, and then boom, friendship.
I guess when I started here, I wasn't really expecting to really get along with anyone, because I never really got along with people that were my age, but to have everyone that we kind of had something in common with, and just to play music and do something that we all kind of enjoyed was really good. And it's such a good part of the week. Like on a Monday, usually Mondays aren't really the best of days, but I get really excited about coming here every week.
Yeah, and I guess obviously this place has helped me and like many others to I guess have a bit of space to like get away from whatever else is in our lives and just chill, have some fun. And I guess that's what it's all about, and making new experiences and stepping out of your comfort zone when you wouldn't otherwise.
And meeting new people that help you when you're going through those bad times.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just coming here and being happy, but being around people who understand that position. Oh, hello.
It's amazing because like I've found all the people I've met have gone through such different experiences that I never even thought of before. And I think it's opened up my mind a lot, and to be able to come back and see more of those experiences, help more of those people, meet new people, make new friends is just wonderful. Seriously, I think it's music therapy. I'm very interested in it. Like, I would love to be one when I'm older. And I guess this has just proven to me that it does work and it does help. And yeah, it's great.